I'm actually grabbing some breakfast right now. About to continue on with this weekend project that I started. I'm hoping I can have it pretty much done today. As far as the, I guess the steppers is the biggest part of it. Today I'll be making some concrete steppers. I've made a pad, a concrete pad for. It's small. It's 3x3 for my trash can. I want that to be towards the back of my house, like on the side or whatever, and then leading to the back of my yard is going to be concrete steppers. They're going to vary in size. As of right now, I have them to where it's 1.5 by 2 feet, 2 feet width, 1.5 feet is the. Yes, that is me. Thank you, thank you. Make sure they put that my pleasure on, don't they? They don't play. My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Start my morning off right. Now, let me see if I got my dang stand. You know I do that. And I keep it with me. There you go. Almost there, y'all. Almost there. Boom. What's happening, y'all? What's going on? I'm about to start working on this DIY project I started this weekend. I don't know what this truck got going on, but they about to run into me. What do they got going on? There's a car backing up. There's a lot going on. What's happening, y'all? I'm about to start this DIY project that I was working on this weekend. It's a walkway that I'm building for the head into my backyard. Some concrete steppers. As of right now, I got them framed. I got some 2 by 1.5 foot. That's 2 foot width. The width is gonna actually get bigger because actually going into my backyard is like a cone. So it goes 2 different ways. So I'm gonna make the steppers a little bit wider. I'm gonna have some that's 6 inches, 6 inches by probably like, I don't know, 4 feet. But definitely a process. I'm working on it. Headed back to the house now. I got some framed out. I was doing all my woodwork, cutting and measuring yesterday, trying to make sure I get everything in place. Because one thing about concrete, when you're about to pour it, you don't have time to go build the frame. So I'm building out all of my frames. That way, when this concrete is ready and mixed, I can pour it down and not have to worry about having too much and then it drying and stuff like that. I don't want to waste concrete, so I'm gonna mix it a bag at a time. I'm using a wheelbarrow to actually mix it together. Coming along though, coming along. The last piece will be actually putting down the some ground cover as far as pine straw, some river rock or some peat gravel. I think I'm gonna go with some smaller peat gravel. That way it can go between the crevices. That truck got a little close. Yeah, man. I don't know what that truck had going on. They were gonna back into me just now, but luckily I got out of there. But yeah, I'm thinking of like in between every single concrete stepper, it's gonna be 6 inches, and of course the next stepper is gonna vary in size. So I'm doing a lot of cutting and woodwork right now and framing. That right there is what's time consuming because it does take precision, especially if the shape changes. I see if I was working with just a square, but it's not a square. It's literally like a triangle. A triangle go out. So I'm not building everything that's this size and going straight back. I'm building one this size, and it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger because the shape changes. Yes, sir. You back out, man. Yeah. Hey, I got out of there. I was looking for my stand here. I have it in the back seat. But it's going down today. It's going down. About to have some fun. I went to yesterday's live. I was actually at the store. I went to Lowe's and grabbed some bags and stuff because I didn't like do the detail work for us to know exactly how many bags it's gonna take. When it being concrete steppers, I'm trying to be mindful of, because I did like a little bit of a pad in my backyard at one point. I used 2 bags, and man, that thing is like 4 inches, and I was like, man, that's way too heavy to pick up. So with what I'm building now, I'm not going to use as much concrete, but I want it to be actually 1 inch, because if you think about it, when you go buy like pavers and steppers and stuff from like a Lowe's, Home Depot, it can be anywhere from 2 inches to 4 inches to 6 inches in depth. So that how deep it is actually, it's going to be heavier, of course, the more depth you got. So I'm trying to be mindful of that. I don't want to be carrying around some freaking boulders. So I'm making it, being that it's going to be 2 feet by 1.5 feet. I think that's a decent enough length. Some of them are going to go up to like 6 feet in width. I got to be definitely mindful of the depth of the paver. So on the wood that I'm putting down, the wood framing, I actually have it marked to where the 1 inch mark is, and that way when I'm filling it with concrete, long as I don't go above that line, I know I'm good on the depth of the paver. And it's not like I'm driving a car over these pavers or something like that, because if I did, I would want to go with 3, maybe 4 inches. I'm only going 1 inch because I want it to be light as possible, because it's already going to be anywhere from 6 feet to 2 feet. 6 to 2 feet is the size of it, so I'm trying to be mindful of that. This crap is going to be heavy. But as y'all can see in the thumbnail, I've already kind of got the idea of the area framed out, and I think I got 4 frames built so far. I don't want to start mixing concrete until I got probably all of them framed, because when I get to the concrete piece of it, I just want to keep rolling. I don't want to stop. Concrete is very if it dry up, man, it starts to dry up and it seize up, and it's not the I don't want it to dry up on me. Basically, I want to be able to use all the concrete as I'm mixing it. Yesterday, I think I did a pretty good job at not being wasteful. I used all the concrete for the 3x3 pad, and today I feel like the steppers are not going to take that much. It's not going to take as much concrete, so I'm gonna get all my frames framed out and kind of go from there. I'm almost about to pull up. What y'all got going on, man? How was your weekend? Talk to me. Oh. I got my frame on my passenger seat. My tripod, and it fell forward just like that. But anywho, how was y'all weekend? Oh man. Let's go. It's going down. It is going down. That truck got a little close. Yeah, I'm about to pull up and I'm gonna show you guys my progress. I was pretty excited about this. I don't do too many DIY, do-it-yourself projects at home, but I've always had the vision of design. So My wife actually sent me a sketch. She likes to draw and stuff like that. So she gave me a sketch now. She did a good job. And I was like, as soon as she sent it to me, I was like, you know what? I can make this right here come to life. This is my style. I like this. So I took the sketch that she had and I went ahead and started implementing. Like, okay, let me go ahead and capture some measurements. This is our space. This is how much, I started capturing some metrics to get an idea of the material, etc. And the funny part is I didn't need much. I already had some of the edging. I also have all the wood. I'm actually repurposing because I do a lot of side jobs, as y'all know. And with the side jobs, I have pallets. And I'm cutting the pallets and I'm using the pallet woods to actually frame out the concrete steppers. But I'm here. Let me show you. Let me show you what's going on. This is where I'm at right now. I know these frames look kind of weird, but trust me, they have purpose. You see this line right here? That's the 1 inch line. So when I'm filling this with concrete, I know not to go above that line. And on this side as well. First I put 2 lines because this is the 2 inch mark. This line right here is 2 inch. This is 1 inch. So I'm gonna fill the concrete just up to this piece here. And it's a little bit of a pad that I put over there, but y'all gonna see this thing come to life. I should have put the sketch in the thumbnail so you guys can see from a sketch standpoint what it's gonna look like. But I put these plastic borders here because it's gonna be small rock that's gonna be in between each paver. And also we're gonna be putting some lights that's gonna be facing up between the pavers as well. Like actually probably within the 6 inch area. So you can see where you're going, of course, at night. On the side here is going to either be pine straw or mulch. I told her pine straw I wouldn't recommend, but I would prefer to put mulch just because I find majority of my insects inside pine straw. So here and here is going to be pine straw just to test it out. And then through here is going to be rock and steppers. It's going to look pretty sweet. It's something simple right now. This pad over here is still probably, I'll be taking that frame off later. I'll just unscrew it and take the wood off, etc. Should be pretty simple, but that's where my trash can to go. As of right now, my trash can is right here on my my driveway, which is not ideal. I want to be able to hide it on the side, etc. I got some painting, some pressure washing to do, etc. I'll be busy, man, so sometimes doing your own stuff at home can get neglected, but this is actually going to be pretty fun. Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. So that's what I'm working on today. I put this phone on a charger before it die on me, and then be working on that. And after I get that completed, got some projects lined up this week. But today is going to be my office day. I'm back to my normal office day. Where I can actually focus on securing the right type of jobs, doing my quotes. I got a few quotes I got to send out today and do today, so gotta keep filling the hopper, gotta keep filling the hopper. Miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I'm gonna continue to make sure I send out these estimates. I got a few appointments today. I got about 3 consultations that I let the client schedule, and one of them scheduled for 5:30 today, which is, I don't even know why I have that window open for doing an estimate at 5:30 in the afternoon. Crazy. So I'm gonna go on my schedule and make sure I block off all those days. If you want an estimate, I get it. Sometimes people want to walk the property with you after they get off of work so they can point everything out to you. However, that's kind of late in the day to do an estimate. I typically like to do my estimates anywhere from 7 a.m. to right about 2 p.m. And that's kind of my window. But sometimes I get it. People want to be able to walk the property and help you understand exactly their issue. So I'm pretty sure that's why they were able to secure that time schedule. But I try not to let people pull me around crazy times of the day. It is going down today. Yeah, so as of right now, those 3 frames, I think I got one more in the back, 4 frames. They're not enough right now to start using concrete. I need to get like 10 of them done and ready before I start mixing concrete. Because when you mix the concrete, guys, it's time for it to go down. I don't have time to wait. I really don't. When you got that concrete actually mixed already. They busy out here today. Yes, sir. Talk to me. How your week went, man. How did your weekend go? What you got going on for this week, this total week? Are you going to be productive? I know I'm in South Carolina. It's hot as can be out here. Gosh, it's hot. Right now, it's almost 90 degrees. It's 9:30 a.m. and it's 88 degrees. Before 12 o'clock, I'm pretty sure we're going to be in 100 with the index. That's some heat, y'all. I went and did an estimate the other day, and a guy, I did it at like 7 a.m., a military guy, and he was like, hey man, I know, he actually was referred to me. I get a lot of people that refer me, right? So there's a landscape supply place that referred me to him and gave him my number, whatever. So they said, take care of him, man. I was like, oh. And so I went over to the property. I measured it out. He wants some mulch done. He wants some natural edges, etc. So I measured it out, etc. I give him this, hey, it's going to be, I'm gonna at least give you a bracket price point because I'm on your property. I was like, hey man, it'll be, roughly around 800 to, $1,100 based on the size and what's needed. Like I literally measured it, so I knew exactly the size and material that I needed. And for what he wanted, he's like, oh man, that's crazy, man. He's like, man, I don't mean to break the budget or nothing like that. I'm like, dude, you seek me out, and then you were referred to me by somebody who know what I'm about. For one, they don't usually refer people to me that I ain't serious. But this guy, he's like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and move forward or whatever. But he was pulling my chain for a minute. He was like, you see my yard? He said, I put out 10 yards of compost. He said, I did that by myself, so this right here is nothing. I can do this easy. So when people say stuff like that, it's like, okay, you reached out to me, you wanted me to come here, you wanted me to estimate your property, but telling me you can do it yourself. The only reason you'll be saying that is to devalue what I'm providing, and being that the cost of the material, you feel as if I may be steep. However, it is 100 degrees, my friend. It is 100 degrees out here, and you want me to come here, remove all the pine straw from out of your landscape, put fresh mulch in, make a nice defined edge. That's no problem for me. For my pricing, this is what it's going to cost. I say I'm in business to make a profit. I don't try to retire off of one client. However, I do have people that work alongside me, and they got to get paid. I got employees, they have to get paid, and I'm in the business to make profits. He's like, I understand, man. I'm proud. He said, I'm happy, you're a black man and you got a business. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And I don't know. He just was, I don't know. He ended up saying he wanted to go with me, right? This was Saturday. Sunday morning. Hey, I know we talked about you go ahead and knocking out the project Monday at 8 a.m. But I talked to my wife, and she was saying we probably should wait until July, after July or something. I was like, cool. But I wanted to say, hey man, next time you reach out to me, make sure you talk to your wife before you call me, because I don't have time for you to say yes wait till a day before the project and then say no. Like, what are we doing? Like, I could have carved out time. Luckily, I didn't. I felt like he wasn't serious though. And typically my process is I send my estimates out within 24 hours after visiting a property. He was within my 24-hour window. So in reality, Sunday morning, I was going to send out his estimate, and it requires him to put down his deposit to secure his spot on the schedule. In reality, he wasn't serious from the beginning because, you know, he may was serious, but for the price that he wanted to pay, which is crazy. Deal with a lot of stuff in this industry, man. Deal with a lot of different people. Get situated. Get situated, y'all. Gotta get situated. How did the truck got go? Yeah, I was thinking that being that I'm repurposing a lot of this, these pallets and stuff like that. Like, people usually go and they have to buy this, you know, buy the wood to actually cut and to start doing the framing, etc. So being that I'm repurposing pallets, I kind of think it's kind of cool. I wish I took my miter saw out of the garage. That would be ideal. It helped me out with my straight cuts. Skewing down. Get my little stand set up here. Y'all can hang out with me a little bit. little area that I'm working on. Birds are chirping. Getting 1,000,001 text messages this morning. For this piece, I'm actually just trying something. See how it play out. This is what one of these frames are gonna look like. This is actually a 6 inches, about 2 feet. See how it look in between the pavers over here. Check that out. I want y'all to check it out. So like I was trying to explain to y'all earlier, this is not a symmetrical shape. See how this goes out wider here, goes out wider there. So these steppers, they're gonna get wider as I continue to go down farther away. So it started out right here at 2 feet. This right here is 2 feet. 2 feet by 1.5. This is 6 inches by 2 feet. This is I don't know, possibly another 2 feet by 1.5. The other one is actually almost 3 feet because it got much bigger there. But I think I'm gonna include some of these in between each one of the larger style steppers. So I have this one here. I'm gonna have this one there, and I think on every other one. So I'm gonna do another one of these to fit in between that space. It might be a little bit bigger. Then I'm gonna do another bigger paver, and then another smaller one. After this one, be a smaller one. After this one, be a bigger one, and so forth. That's the game plan for it. I think I like that style. I just I'm gonna measure this again to make sure it's 6 inches in between each piece. But I think it's gonna come together pretty good. I don't know where the hell all these spider webs coming from this morning. All right, back to it. So just leave it right here. I gotta measure some stuff. challenge I'm looking at right here is trying to figure out where exactly to measure. I'm no carpenter or nothing like this. This is basically something I'm thinking of while I'm doing it. So I'm using my measuring tape and I'm measuring this piece right here, this edge, to the actually end of the stepper. And the reason I'm trying to get a consistency of, if I go measure, if I make this a straight line, know that the edges are straight, and I'm measuring 4 inches inside each time, it gives me an idea how big the paver size need to be, if that makes sense. Out of me, because based off of me just measuring it, thinking and guesstimating, I'll be way more inaccurate on what I'm trying to do. Trying to get a better system as I'm working it. Get better at improving the process of making it easier. It's hot as can be. playing in the sand, playing in the sand. That's all I'm doing. I ain't working. I'm just playing in the sand. I think it's working exactly how I want it to. It's gradually getting bigger, as you guys can see. So what I'm doing, I'm measuring, like I told you before, I'm measuring from this part the same amount of inches, starting with this point here where that gap starts to space. And every single one is going to measure the exact same distance away. And it gives me an idea of what I need to be cutting when it comes to the size of the paver piece. And they're going to be different in size. I'm expecting that because, as you can see, space gets bigger. Space gets bigger. I think I'm gonna try that.